Hi there, it's Lowell Hours of the Practice. This is a video edition of the fifth quarter, Friday night, on a night in which the BC Lions defeat the Saskatchewan Roughriders 19-16 over 31,000 fans in attendance at BC Place Stadium, a season-high crowd, and they were witness to, well, a rather remarkable performance, I think you'd have to say, by quarterback Buck Pierce. I'm sure a lot of people might take exception to the word remarkable, but I think you have to use that term if only to acknowledge the absolute gutty performance that he came up with in a game in which he was clearly injured and battered up, but wouldn't come out, refused to come out, continued to lead his team, got a last play drive together after the Riders had tied the game at 16 and got the fourth field goal in 6 tries from Sean White with 5 seconds left to win it, moving the Lions to 6-7 on the year. Again, the story of the game, I thought, was again Buck Pierce, 342 yards passing. Also, 2 100-yard games from Paris Jackson and Geroy Simon. I believe that's the first time this year that both those receivers had 100-yard games in the same night, and that certainly was a big factor in the game. Defensively, you know what? I think the Lions played very well that way. They certainly shut down the Rider run game. It was limited to 44 yards on the ground. That certainly is a remarkable improvement over recent performances and played a big factor in the game. 2 interceptions, one by Ryan Phillips, and Baron Miles snuffed out drives that mattered as well. The key from an injury standpoint, the concern from the Lions in the locker room afterwards was Paris Jackson. He'll have an MRI done on his knee. And somewhat of a precaution, although they are concerned about the status of that knee. It required him to sit out the remainder of the fourth quarter after he was injured. You'd have to think that Buck Pierce is going to have some sort of medical attention to him after the game. He could barely stand up, twist, move, do anything. The ring finger on his right throwing hand was certainly bloody because the fingernail was torn off during the game. It didn't seem to affect his throws too much. Certainly 2 half performances. You know, Buck was very strong in the first half. Had some happy feet going in the second half. But again, you have to admire his courage, particularly on the last drive when the Lions needed to move the ball downfield and get a game-winning field goal from Sean White, who had missed 2 early in the game, as mentioned, and